Am I a hater? Am I a hater? If another person put some butter in another jar and sell it on another website, I'm gonna go get me some butter. I'm gonna get me some butter. I'm gonna do it too. But guess what? I bet you that if I do it, I bet you if I do, they're gonna start regulating that shit. I bet you those kitchens that they buying that shit in ain't clean. They be mailing that shit out weeks late. I bet it don't have no preservative in it. I bet it have no preservative in it to preserve it. I bet it's not vacuum sealed. On top of the fact that the shit probably um ain't cooked in a clean kitchen. I don't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. $25 for some butter. I can buy a fucking stick of butter for $3 or $4 and put some seasoning in it. Hell, I would buy a $25 jar of butter for. But that's their income, and they trying to make it work. And that's their income, child. I need to put me some butter together. I do. I need to put me some butter together. What's a good preservative? What's a good preservative? I need to I could put it right here in a jar in the store, and then put it on the website. And let you order off the store website. $25 for something they made up in their kitchen with no preservative, and it's sitting somewhere for months, waiting to be shipped out with no preservative, and they done already made it in a dirty kitchen. They ain't vacuum sealed or nothing. Child, if one more person come out with some butter, I'm gonna try to get in. I'm not gonna try to get in on the little butter shit because I've been thinking about making me a Tabasco sauce flavored candy. A Tabasco sauce flavored hard candy. You know people gonna try to steal that shit out. What you telling it for, Cindy? That's what I've been trying to think. I bet that shit tastes good. Get you some sugar and some hard candy and mix that Tabasco sauce together. And then put a little powdery coating of sugar on the outside. Together with that Tabasco sauce, I bet that tastes something good. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Probably good if I could do it sugar free. Probably be good if I could do it sugar free. Because I'll do a lollipop. A Tabasco flavored lollipop, huh? I already have my own ideas about what I would like to market. Oh, magnify the Lord with me. Come exalt his name together. There's some real great businesses out there. It is some real great businesses out there. Well, that's what I was thinking about. Making me a Tabasco flavored hard candy with a powdered coat of sugar on top of it. God, I seen somebody make something good and look like it'll kill you. It look like it'll straight kill you. I ain't fooling with all that. I might try to give me a little line of snacks. People wonder what I'm gonna do. That's what I was thinking about. Getting me a food product and see if I can see how people would like it. I got a front squash banana pudding recipe, but I don't think that you can really mass market it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really like a holiday favorite. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you can really mass market that. So, but I'm gonna get my little snack ideas together. I've I, I've been looking at some people make these chips, and I'm like, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? I'm finna get my mind off of that before I get shot. I'm finna get my mind off that before I get shot. Fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, obviously mine would be a healthy version. Or a healthier version. I wouldn't go for the I wouldn't go for the vegan crowd or the keto crowd. But I would definitely want to use a good quality oil like coconut or avocado oil. Which the price up, but I don't think it's gonna run the price up too much. I mean, what would you rather go in the store pay 99 cents for some shit that's gonna kill you, or pay $1.99 for something that's just a little bit more healthy? You know, some avocado oil, less salt and a few more spices. You know what I'm saying? You can mix the spices up on it. You know what I'm saying? Probably put a ginger on it. My mama like ginger cakes all the time. She will eat ginger cakes all the time. Just spice it up a little bit. I'm gonna see. That's what I was thinking about doing. People wonder how you gonna get some money since you talking about it ain't illegal and it ain't immoral. Like I said, I wanted to pray and I wanted to hear from God first before I start doing things. But I think what I'm gonna do, I mean, since it's not illegal or immoral, work is not a thing. I'm gonna go and see who I could best mass market some of my snack ideas to. You know, just to get on my feet. Because after that, what I want to do is I got some screenplays that are my heart, and then I got some bullshit ones. Like I got one bullshit one. It's a trend on YouTube. It's not as trendy as it used to be. It probably would have, if I would have did it when this trend first started, called Sweet Digs, where everybody was hashtagging each other, and this they were showing their house, and it was called Sweet Dig. And I had did this screenplay, just some bullshit I throw together from watching them videos about a dude that liked to help the less fortunate, and so this chick saw him out her window, and she went try to talk to him, and he was like, he ain't got time for the shit. He real busy, and he's mind is on helping the less fortunate. So she go out there dressed as a homeless woman, and he fall for the okie dokie because she's a very beautiful homeless woman. And then you got to feel to move up with some shit, like they go horseback riding, you know what I'm saying? They go out to eat at a little off the beaten path cafe. You know what I'm saying? They go to the basketball championships dressed alike, basketball shoes, airbrush t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? You ain't feel to move up with shit. Then they break up, and then they get back together because he go and if I tell you I'm gonna fuck myself up, I can't tell what's gonna happen. Okay, so that anyway, so what I might do is just to see what it's like to make a movie if I can. Just throw that shit together, There's a couple of local producers. I just gotta see what they'll charge me. You know what I'm saying? People that got the equipment and the means to do that, and see what we'll be working with. And so I might just throw that shit together, get my hands wet, and then in 2021, my whole focus will be my pet project that I had wanted to come out on Christmas Day. And hopefully, if I focus the whole year on it and all my energy on it, it'll be what I wish it could be by the time it come out. And I could also go ahead and see if I could get the TV show and get my daughter to lead on it. Give her the job. That's what I want to do. So that's my goals right now. To go ahead and get my daughter a whole. I just can see that. I can see that. I can see her doing that role. You know what I'm saying? And so I wrote it for her. Actually, I wrote it for. I wrote it inspired by something else. But when I wrote it for as a white woman, but then I wrote the role as a white woman. But I was sensing in my heart that whites was saying, write it as a black woman, don't write it as a white. I'm like, what kind of? So I say, well, so screw it. I write it as a black woman. And when I wrote as a black woman, you have to look at the challenges that are going to make that marketable to 100% of the population as opposed to 13% of the population. African Americans are only 13% of the American population. So it's a religious genre and it's African American. So you're gonna lose out on a lot of audience there. But if you can gain your audience back, say if it's a family oriented show, instead of just mom and dad paying $10 or $12 to come see it, mom, dad, Timmy, and Jane will pay. So, so, uh, so I was thinking about what elements I could, use that will make that more appealing to a broader viewer. And I really saw my daughter in it. I really saw my daughter in it. And so that was a blessing in disguise right there. That was a blessing in disguise right there because now she can play that role. And it also just adds so many more elements to it. It adds so many more elements to it than just the very beautiful white woman mesmerizing everybody as the lead in this role. It adds so many more elements to it. You know what I'm saying? Then basically using is what it's saying. Using her sex. I would have been basically using sex. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody's gonna be, even though there's no sex in the movie, it's a religious movie. There's no sex in the movie. It's a religious movie. But instead of using her beauty and everybody lusting after this very religious white woman, it added so many more elements to it. I mean, really just writing it. Really just writing it was a challenge, a fascinating challenge for me. So that's what I'm trying to work on. So that you ain't doing nothing but talking and daydreaming. I'm finna get to work. I need to make some butter sauce, huh? I need to make coming out with this. What? You done put some butter and seasonings and onions together. Girl, people throw me off. And then you have this opposite end of the spectrum. Then you have the opposite end of the spectrum where you have people that put anything in the bottle. Then you have the opposite end of the spectrum where people take everything out and call it keto or vegan. You know what I'm saying? There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground. But who's buying? Who's buying the middle ground? Who's buying the sauce that just takes out the salt and the sugar and balances it in a healthy way with oil? I mean, you're looking at something that looks like it's 50 or 60% pure animal fat, and the other percent is sodium, and then it's hot and sweet. Then they put sugar and spice on that. So you're eating animal fat, sodium, something hot and something sweet, and calling it a butter sauce. And I can count hundreds of people. I know they're glad they got in on it. If I try to get in on it, they're gonna try to regulate it. I'm trying to regulate. I'm not gonna fool with that though. I'm not gonna fool with that. What you mean they're gonna try to regulate? People making this out their kitchen, putting it in the drawer, putting a label on it, and shipping it out. And some of them letting it sit there. Oh, I done got behind, and it's just sitting there. You already made it an unsanitary kitchen, so it's already potential bacteria in it. It's no preservative, so the bacteria growing. You letting it sit there, so the bacteria is growing and growing and growing. You put it in the box and put it in the mail. And by the time the people get it, it's no telling how much bacteria is already in it with no preservative. You need to be shouting and giving God some glory. Talking about they ain't giving God their first paycheck. And I'm not saying the paycheck you make now. I would just the one you was making then. Just the one you were making then. Somebody ain't died from eating that. Child, let me get up off here. But if I did, I would try to do it with a little balance. Do it with a little balance. Take some of that grease and fat and sodium out of it and do it with a little balance. But I got my own ideas about marketing food products. Because like I say, I've been wanting to do a Tabasco flavor, hot Tabasco flavor, hard candy. I want to do that. I don't have time for be fooling with people and they little crazy little projects.